Selamlar millet. The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine'dayız ve kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. En son Masallar Diyarı'ndan Siena'yı getirmiştik Dettlaff'la konuşması için. Fakat Dettlaff direkt saldırmıştı Siena'ya öldürmek amacıyla. Masallar Diyarı'ndan aldığımız bir bileklik sayesinde Siena tekrar Masallar Diyarı'na dönmüştü ve kurtulmuştu. Şimdi Regis ve Dettlaff dövüşüyorlar. Ben de Regis'e yardım edeceğim Dettlaff'la dövüşmesi için. Fakat Dettlaff'la baş başa kalacağız. Hazırlığımı yaptım. Aldığımız bir zırh seti vardı hatırlarsanız Masallar Diyarı'ndan, onu giydim. Çok da başarılı bir zırh seti. Görüntü olarak da güzel. Vampir yağı sürdüm kılıcıma. Birkaç decoction hazırladım. Bir ya da iki tane. Konuşamadım. Bir saniye, nerede? Bir tane. Echidna decoction. Stamina harcadıkça canınız dolacak bunu içtiğinizde. Çok da stamina gerektirecek bir boss fight olacağı için o iksiri içmeyi düşünüyorum. Bakalım işe yarayacak mı? Geçen bölümün sonunda bizi öldürmüştü hatırlarsanız Dettlaff. Zor bir boss fight olacak. Zırh setim güzelmiş ya cidden. Hadi bakalım. Ya tek atıyorsun zırha falan ama. Mesela içsem şu decoction'ı hemen. Bu kez de swallow içemiyorum. Abi zormuş. Boss fight cidden. Herif her şeyi şey yapıyor çünkü. Periliyor her şeyi. Şimdi dönüşünce daha sıkıntılı olacak. Dizayn çok başarılı yalnız ya. Şundan kaçmam lazım. Yalnız içemiyorum da, direkt toksik seviyem yüzünden öleceğim. O tuzağa şey yapmayalım. Her yer tuzak oldu. Ama hadi. Yok artık ya. Ah. Ne oldu ya? Oha! Ölüyorum. Şimdi ölebilirim. Neredesin? Yapma. Ne oluyor be? Oh, kanadını kestik. Sanırım kaçacak. Derken... Ne oluyor? Şu gelmeden bir öldürsek. Abi çok enteresan şeyler oluyor ya. Şu gelmesin. Öldü mü? Ne oldu? Evet, son bir vuruş kaldı. Oo, harika. Yani yüksek bir vampiri sadece yüksek bir vampir öldürebiliyordu. Regis zarar verdiği için mi öldürebildik acaba? Ya da öldü mü? Hayır, ölmedim. Regis öldürsün diye mi şimdi kurtarıyorum Regis'i? Ben kararını vermeyeyim ya. Ölmesinin ya da yaşamasının. İyi bari. Bizi yalnız bırak dedi. Umarım öldürürsün. Dettlaff'ı. Dettlaff diyecektim az daha. Regis, umarım öldürürsün Dettlaff'ı. Oldu şimdi. Üzgünüm Regis. Mükemmel bir boss fight'tı ya. Ah, harikaydı.
What a smashing ensemble.
You wear it well. Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. I expect that's the source of his prickliness. So try not to
Resmi bir törene katılacakmışız.
rather pity him, for in truth,
Siena'yı kurtarsaydık.
he trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave in the presence of her Grace's Majesty.
Sanırım bir tören var. Dettlaff öldüğü
All
için.
that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire.
Şövalye mi ilan edecek
The
yoksa beni?
Duchess cannot be
Düşes.
expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor.
Evet, bana madalya takacakmış.
Palace protocol places
Bu yüzden de böyle
enormous
iğrenç
emphasis
giyindim.
on virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Bu arada bulduğumuz zırh seti, giydiğimiz zırh seti, altın sarısı olan canınızı da artırıyor. HP barınızı da artırıyor. Bu yüzden çok başarılıydı. Çok yardımı oldu.
Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
Duruşa bak ya.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the five virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Sienna planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a fifth victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Beşinci bir kurban olacaktı diyor.
Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the
Tutku
ceremony.
eksiği olan bir hedef olacaktı diyor.
Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Ama ölmedi kimse.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat.
Törenden önce biraz zamanımız var. Beşinci cisme bakabiliriz diyor.
The victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
Ha. Olur peki.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
Yürüyüşe bak ya. Asaletten zerre eser yok. Ah, bizim ayakkabıcıya geldik.
Swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean
Ayakkabılara
soles.
bak ya.
A fine slogan.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but
If you're about to tell me this
Gencim,
information
tabii ki
cost me,
hatırlıyorum diyor.
Forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beckers brought them.
Dilenciler getiriyormuş çocuğa mektupları.
Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. One for each letter.
Just 4?
4
So you
mektup,
didn't get
4
fit?
dilenci.
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know. They all had no home.
Ortak
Kid,
yönleri
my
hiçbirinin
patience is
evinin
starting to run a little
olmamasıymış.
thin. Now think hard. Where'd they get the letters? They pick them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that bootshine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. You must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
Damien'la niye konuşuyorum ki? Ayrıca bu isteğe bağlıysa niye bunu yapmamı istiyor?
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
Decent folk you mention. Me
Harabe
myself?
değil mi zaten burası? Bırakın yaşasınlar ya.
Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that?
Eyvah.
Ah,
Yumruk
he
dövüşü geliyor yine.
insults us on our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
Elbiselerim kirlenmese bari.
How long you gonna make me wait?
I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the BOOTBLACK in Rue de Garl.
The BOOTBLACK. A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
Dilenciler yemek yemek için gelecekmiş. Onlara soracağız.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that.
İyi de bu kadar önemliyse biz Siena'ya niye sormadık ki direkt?
Before you delivered sealed
O kadar
papers,
beraberdik onunla diğer
I
tarafta.
know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal?
were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the BOOTBLACK. And Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
Freshie diye bir eleman varmış, dilenci. O da bir mektup almış ama çocuğa verip vermediğini söyleyemezmiş. Aa, elemandaymış mektup, tamam. Aziz Barnabas Festivali'nden 2 gün sonra teslim edecekmiş.
It's a matter of importance to the duchy. Hand it over.
Bakalım isim neymiş?
From you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. This man helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the BOOTBLACK anyways. It's always muddy there.
Kimmiş?
Damn it.
Düşes olmasın.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well.
Sanırım
I
Anna.
must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Duchessa dediği düşes sanırım.
Judging by this, Dettlaff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Evet.
First you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Önce boynunu kırman lazım.
Duchess was to be Dettlaff's last victim. Siana planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Siana, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power?
Kıskançlıktan mı öldürmek istedi, yoksa gücünü elinden almak için mi?
Yes, and yes. All seem likely.
Hepsi olası.
And none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Actually, love to learn her motives.
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes one should stare evil in the face.
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her. But I support your lust for the truth. Some philosophers
O zaman diğer tarafa mı gidiyorum tekrar?
the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Siana locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past...
Aa, çıkarmışlar diğer taraftan, kitaptan. Geliyor musun benimle?
Coming with?
Of course not.
Tabii ki de hayır.
I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage.
Bence de. O kadar vampir şehre saldırdıktan sonra gözükmesen.
Simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Siana.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence. She treated Dettlaff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
Mezarlıkta bizi bekleyecek. Peki. Hala isteğe bağlı bunlar yalnız. Çok enteresan. Şu salak elbiseleri çıkarmam bir şeyleri iptal eder mi acaba? Neyse ya. Böyle gidelim bakalım. Fast travel. Nereye gidiyorum? Şuraya gidiyorum. Oo çok güzel. Fast travel.
I dreamt I was a wolf.
Rüyasında bir kurt olduğunu görmüş.
When the clock strikes 6, ladies start to work their lips.
Ne diyorsun ya? Hadi bakalım. Siena'ya ulaşabilecek miyiz acaba? Sabahın 6'sı. Herkes uyuyordur herhalde. Arkadaş ne kadar güzel ya. Şu karşıda gördüğünüz yara kadar da gittim bu arada ben side quest yaparken. Oraya kadar bile gidebiliyorsunuz yani. Gerçekten de korunuyormuş Sienna.
Halt!
Need to see Sienna urgently.
In the matter of?
Söylemeyelim.
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time.
Konuşmak istiyorsan
Professor's orders.
gidip büyük annenle çay iç diyor. Terbiyesiz.
Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
Hadi bakalım.
The witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me
I
for...
know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Dettlaff öldü, ben de hapisteyim. Burnunu sokmasan olmaz mı diyor.
I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Şu mu? Çünkü dert yanmıştı bana. Beni unuttu. Bana sırtını döndü.
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Bizden kurtulursam tekrar öldürmeye çalışırım diyor muhtemelen.
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure.
Şu güneş ışıklarının yansıdığı nur yüzüme de bakın ya.
You had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good, sometimes only the bad.
Apache'nin dedi
If she
galiba.
loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me? Hmm?
Bence de ona sor. Konuşun.
No, but you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe, but there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint. Yet Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
Ugh, you really were
Gerçekten de mutlu bir son istiyorsun değil mi diyor. Maalesef.
with all of us living happily ever after.
Geralt'ın son hikayesi sonuçta. Mutlu bitsin ya.
Medal to another, and that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
Sanırım bu sohbetlerin hepsi, sanırım değil öyleydi zaten, isteğe bağlıydı. Sienna'nın Anna'yı affetmesine yardım etmek için.
Like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Şimdi de törene gidiyoruz. Hadi bakalım.
Let's go. Want to see him too.
Bakalım Damien'in suratı iyileşmiş mi?
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the
Surata bak.
ceremony?
Söyleyeyim mi ya? Neyse söylemeyeyim.
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired thug, and more like a man deserving of the duchy's highest honor. In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified silence throughout.
Tamam, sessiz olacağım ya.
Let's begin the
Ağzını
ceremony.
açma diyor.
Come with me. The Duchess awaits. In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Toussaint's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the...
Ya madalya yerine bir tane kılıç falan verseydiniz ya.
Such is our desire. May this symbol serve
Bravo!
as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair.
Arkadaş beni kutluyorsunuz, bana içirmiyorsunuz ya.
I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract. I have a small surprise for you in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of
Oo, güzel, işte bu.
wine normally reserved for
Biraz da şarap, neden olmasın?
the gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits.
Mutlu musun? Evet.
Yes, very. Heard a lot of good things about that appellation. Thanks again.
Cheers.
Söyle hadi, içinde
In a
kalmasın, söyle.
moment I shall speak to Siana.
Sienna ile konuşacakmış. Benimle gelir misin diyor.
Turned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her fairly. But she
Adil
is
bir
my
şekilde
sister.
yargılamalıyım onu diyor.
Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
Ee, hah,
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
hangisini söyleyeyim ki? Özgürüm. Kendim kalacağım.
Prisoner, free to do as I choose.
Eyvah, bu sinir bozucu oldu.
Crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
Beni mi dinleyeceksin? Kesinlikle suçlu, önemli olan bu mu diyeceğim, yoksa çok kötü suçlar işledi ama acı çektiği de kesin mi diyeceğim.
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child. Thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem.
Herkesin beni yollamasını, uzaklaştırmasını anlıyorum diyor. Ailemin bile, ama sen... İyi de çocukmuş o zaman. Ne yapabilirdik yani?
But your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish platters, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true.
I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships. They cast me out.
Tabi Sienna
Only
güneş
one
tutulması sırasında doğduğu için tüm suçları onun üzerine yıkmış herkes.
lifted not a
Ena da
finger.
sesini çıkarmamış.
Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
O ne ya? Yok artık. Hadi hadi.
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony?
Evet, kısa sürdü. Törenin en güzel yanı buydu.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
O manzara harika.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips.
Evet, Toussaint güçlü bir şarap gibiymiş. Az yudumlar içince güzelmiş. Kısa kısa.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
Ot mu toplayacağız şarabın için? Olur.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
For your thoughts. Let me guess.
Hadi bakalım. Neredeymiş? Şu mu? Maske nerede? Nereye atacağım bunu? Şuraya mı?
Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Neden böyle bir görev yapıyoruz ki şu an?
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all. Damn it, where'd you go? Regis!
Nereye gittin sen harbiden ya? Aa, Ruxalar saldırmış Regis'e.
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code.
Bir vampiri öldürdün, o yüzden hainsin dediler Regis'e. Dettlaff'ı öldürdüğü için.
Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint.
Hah, Toussaint'dan ayrılacakmış.
Most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Ben de giderim o zaman herhalde Toussaint'dan.
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning. Then develops gently.
Evet, Regis gurme de olmuş. Evet, katılıyorum.
A connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco.
Evet, artık bir
is now yours.
üzüm bahçem var. Üzüm bağım, bahçene.
Your new home on the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Kılıçlarını artık duvara asıp şarapçılığa mı başlayacaksın diyor. Olur ya, gerçekten güzel olur. Toussaint da güzeldi zaten. Neden olmasın?
Know what? Think I just might. Come on now, don't laugh. Maybe not today or tomorrow. But one day
Bir süre sonra, bir gün,
to just wake up every day in my own bed.
her sabah kendi yatağımda uzanmanın keyfine varmak istiyorum diyor.
Sentimental, my fangs have begun to hurt. Then what? Will you begin writing your memoirs like Dandelion? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem.
Abi ne güzel sohbet ediyorlar ya.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances like Mamoons and Dopplers deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy though. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer.
Abi çok güzel
So
ya.
we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I
Bence
believe
de.
we deserve a bit of a rest.
Biraz dinlenmeyi hak ettiniz.
That we do.
Bakışı gördünüz mü yalnız? Hikayesi bittiği için nasıl üzülüyordu ya bakışta. Evet, Geralt'ın hikayesi bitmiş oldu. Witcher evreninin hikayesi bitmemiş olabilir çünkü net bir açıklama yapmamıştı stüdyo. Fakat Geralt'ın hikayesi buraya kadar. Tüm zamanların en iyi oyunlarından biriydi benim için. Tüm zamanların en iyi ek paketlerinden de birisiydi Blood and Wine. Eğer oynamadıysanız hala listenizde ilk sırada olması gerekir diye düşünüyorum. Müzikleri, atmosferi, karakterleri, hikayeyi anlatış şekli, boss fight'ları, yaratık dizaynları, her şey inanılmazdı. Tek kelimeyle mükemmeldi ve Blood and Wine'ın bitişi de evet, mükemmeldi. Vay arkadaş. Aslında eve gitsem iyi olur diyor. Eve gidince ne olacak ki? Ev dediği de tabii ki Corvo Bianco. Corvo Bianco'yu yenilemek için, restore etmek için de bir yan görev vardı bu arada. Bir sürü altına ihtiyacınızın olduğu, onu da yapmıştım ben. Artık tamamen işlevsel bir çiftlik mi diyeyim, ne diyeyim, var.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best.
Tanımadığım biri geldi, direkt içeri girdi diyor.
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of
Bakalım
introducing
kimmiş?
themselves.
Dandelion. Ciri. Yennefer. Yennefer olsa ne güzel olur. Sonuçta bir evim var artık. Yaşayabiliriz burada. Yen. Ah bebeğim. Hoş geldin. İyi ki bitirmemişim. Credits'te.
And beautiful as ever.
Her zamanki gibi güzelsin gerçekten. Hiç önemli değil beni nasıl buldun.
Quite true.
Used to bother me all your secrets. Now I know if you have something to tell me, you'll tell me. Don't need to ask.
I missed you, Geralt. Mad.
Ben de seni özledim.
Come outside. We can hold hands.
El ile tutuşup gökyüzüne bakalım.
Some shitty two-crown romance.
İşte bu. Burada yaşlanılır işte. Sessizliğin tadını çıkaralım o zaman.
So, talk again later.
Of course. I'm not going anywhere.
Bir saniye, Geralt nereye? Harika. Çökebiliyor muyum yanına? Çökemiyorum. Evet, yapacak görev de kalmadı artık. Şöyle bebeğimin yanında bitirelim. Evet, Geralt'ın macerasını bitirdik. Bir başka seride görüşmek üzere diyorum. Uzun günler ve hoş geceler.